this is for people who want to do the 3 buckets, right? You want to look a certain way, so supplements that could enhance muscle growth and fat loss, non-hormonal based supplements, of course. Supplements that can improve energy or physical performance, again, from everything from squatting more to feeling better in your yoga class to having more energy throughout the day, to our third major bucket that we've been talking about throughout this entire series, which are longevity. So we can cover those first if you'd like to start there.
Yes, absolutely. Let's start there.
Oftentimes when we think of supplements, we immediately jump to high sport performance type of things or vigorous workouts or muscle building. Though that doesn't necessarily have to be the case. Take, for example, creatine. Now, I've spoken about this at length with Darren Candow, who's done a tremendous amount of research. I was just up at his lab recently in Canada, and he has covered extensively. In fact, I think I put up a post, perhaps I could draw this up, where he laid out all the myriad of benefits of creatine. This is taken in the typically 3 to 5 grams per day of dose of creatine monohydrate, which has the most research behind it. Seems to be extremely low side effects in almost anyone, and the benefits include, of course, things like muscle performance and strength and things like that. And if you go back to our discussion in our episode on metabolism and endurance, we talked about the phosphocreatine system, so you can figure out kind of what this is going to do in terms of effect. That said, there's excellent information and data coming out now on the benefits of bone mineral density in creatine. There's a ton of work looking at a host of cognitive factors, from memory, executive function, to effects potentially on even things like depression, mood, to Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, all forms of neurodegenerative disease. In fact, it's pretty obvious. The brain loves creatine as a fuel. And so not only, we sort of discussed it in the episode as being the fuel for skeletal muscle contraction, but the brain needs to do that as well. The astrocytes around the brain need to be able to provide energy, etc. So it's very clear that metabolism in the brain is reduced with things like TBI and potentially concussions. So now, to be extremely clear, creatine does not prevent any of those diseases. It does not treat any of them, and the data are mixed, but more and more are coming. Some show a little bit of benefit, some show maybe none, but I'm not aware of any research in those areas that show it has any downside. For the most part, side effects are extremely minimal, if not null, and then potentially some benefit depending on the specific study. So we could put up if you like, a couple of links directly to those meta-analyses, and folks can go through those things one by one. So I only say that to, again, maybe expand our understanding or thinking about what these types of supplements can do. It's not just about growing muscle or high performance. It's everything to, again, there's an association with recovery. So creatine is fantastic for recovery from muscle damage. It helps and can potentially aid in fat loss and a whole host of things. So you can actually also even look at websites like examine.com. I have no affiliation with them whatsoever, but if you want to just type in something like creatine monohydrate, you can see a whole list, and you're going to see thousands of studies of the potential benefits of creatine. So that is always number one on my list.